Am I the antagonist for consoling my girlfriend's friend? I am a 30-year-old man and my girlfriend, also 30 years old, have been together for a little under a year. We have lots in common and I do love her. I've always viewed her as a kind, generous, caring person. She has a group, 2 other girls that she's known since high school. They are fine and we all get along. I don't know either of them that well and have never gone out of my way to overly engage with them. For my girlfriend's birthday, we all planned a trip to Venice, Italy. We all had been so far having a great time. For my girlfriend's birthday, she wanted to go to a very popular club. We are white, while one of her friends is black. Well, the bouncer denies her friend entry, and when we ask why, he says no dark-skinned individuals. You should clearly see my girlfriend debating whether to still go in. I was honestly shocked. Her friend quickly says it's fine. You guys go and I'll go back to the hotel or maybe find another bar. My girlfriend plays the whole, "Are you sure" role, but I feel like it was clear she wanted to go in. I can see hurt on her friend's face, and I quickly say to be safe I'll ride back with her and come back. My girlfriend quickly agrees, and she and the other friend go in. Once we are in the taxi, I can see tears streaming down her friend's face. I tell her it's okay, that guy is an asshole and doesn't deserve her tears. I hold her in a platonic way. I tell her, you know what, that guy is not going to ruin the night. You didn't get dressed for no reason. I tell her let's go to a bar, we find a place. I text my girlfriend and say I'm going to stay with her friend. She just responds, "Ok, Torre." We go to the bar, have some drinks, and have an overall good time. She seems to feel better. We don't talk about my girlfriend, whom honestly I'm kinda pissed at. We still end the night pretty early. I drop her back at the hotel and go to the club where my girlfriend is at. I tell her I'll wait outside for her, just because I want to make sure she and the other friend get home safe. She keeps saying why I won't come in. I tell her why would I pay money to a racist place that made her friend feel terrible. She gets all upset and says I'm turning her into the bad guy and that her friend literally didn't care. I said then why did I spend hours consoling her crying friend? She blows up on me and I turn into the She says it's completely inappropriate, starts accusing me of things. Saying I spent her birthday consoling her friend, not worried about her, and I said someone had to. We've both been pissed at each other when the next day came. But the worst part is somehow she's pissed at her friend, and her friend is pissed at me for sharing a private, vulnerable moment. She said she just wished I didn't mention she cried. I apologized to her friend but refused to apologize to my girlfriend, which is causing more anger. The whole trip is soured. Now I feel bad overall and am wondering if I'm really the in the situation. You were thoughtful and supportive towards your girlfriend's friend in a challenging situation, showing empathy and kindness. However, communication with your girlfriend about your actions could have prevented misunderstandings and hurt feelings, leading to a more positive outcome for all involved. Am I the antagonist for probably ruining my friend group's friendship? I've always been the driver in the group. We always have fun and go anywhere and everywhere, go play sports, go eat, go shop, go to the movies, to a friend's house, etc. I recently got for my first car a really nice expensive car, and I've been keeping it very well. I've been trying to make sure nothing gets dirty or anything breaks and stuff. My friends are crazy though and don't think before they do. Let's call them Paul, John, and Jake. John and Jake are the craziest. Last time I was driving my dad's nice car, John broke the glove box when playing inside the car when I was outside the car, not knowing what was going on inside. It was an accident, but we had to pay to get it fixed. Now with my first new car, Paul broke the knob on one of the air conditioners. Also an accident, but on my new car I was mad. I managed to put it back, but it's not perfect. Then on my window on the top of the car, Jake almost broke it off. Luckily it latched off, but that would have been really bad. That same night Jake were messing around a whole lot. They got my phone dozens of times and got on there no matter how many times it told them to stop or I had to stop the car. They tried to text my girl, they took photos on my phone and didn't listen to me. Then they went to more messing around. One time they actually ran away with my phone out of the car and I had to run after them. I got really mad and threatened if they take it again I'd throw my John's phone. After he didn't listen, I tossed it out. Well, it broke a little on the screen. It's not that bad, but I did break it. We got in an argument last night, the night after that, and they ganged up on me and now they don't want to see me anymore, ever after I argued. Then need to grow up and stop messing around when I tell them to. I offered to pay for the phone, which would be like $50. He declined though. Damages on my dad's car was $250, which I paid for. The seats on my new car are $2,000, and the windows up top $2,500, so damages to those would be really bad. The AC knob isn't much though. I feel guilty, but these guys need to grow up, but now I think our friend group is pretty much done. I should have been more of a man not to do anything, but these guys, no matter how fun to hang out with, would never stop. Am I the asshole? While it's great that you care for your car and want to keep it in top shape, it seems like your friends are not respecting your boundaries and belongings. Communication is key, so have a serious chat with them about the importance of respecting your property to prevent further incidents. Remember, it's okay to set boundaries and stand up for yourself, even if it means making tough decisions within your friend group. Am I the antagonist for not wanting my family to come to my graduation because they didn't come to my brother's? My 17-year-old male brother, 19-year-old male, graduated last year. His graduation date got moved 3 days earlier than what it was originally supposed to be, and it caused none of our family members from our dad or mom's side to attend besides me and our dad. Our brothers went to their friend's wedding, our aunts and uncles went to work, and our cousins just didn't come or couldn't come. But he was really hurt by this. Everyone who didn't come tried to act like it wasn't necessarily a big deal to him and told him that they were sorry that they had to miss it, but kinda dismissed it as having other plans and stuff. He just accepted it to their face, but since I'm graduating now, he's starting to get upset again. I graduate in 5 weeks, and on Thursday, me, my brother, and my dad were all in the living room. And my dad was talking about how the whole family couldn't wait to see me walk across that stage and just kept blabbering. My brother didn't really say anything but just kept looking at his phone, but I could see his facial expression change. I felt bad for him again and told my dad that I would rather the family just come to my graduation dinner afterwards instead, and just for him and my brother to come. My dad asked me why and told me that the family was looking forward to seeing me graduate, but I told him that I understand, but I just didn't want them there. He kept pressuring me for a better reason, but I didn't really want to say it in front of my brother because I didn't want to make him upset. I just told him that I just didn't want them there. Later that night, I tried to talk to my dad alone and tried to explain that since the family didn't come to my brother's graduation, I don't want them at my graduation because I'd feel guilty, and I don't want to feel guilt when I graduate. I thought he'd finally understand, but he didn't. He told me that they didn't choose to move the graduation date, and I explained to him that I understand, but it still doesn't mean I have to want them there. He didn't like this and basically told my brother about it too. My dad kept trying to convince me to change my mind, but I don't think I should have to. I'm thinking about sending a text in the group chat to let everyone know sometime tomorrow. I'm just wondering if I'm going to be the asshole if I do. It's understandable that your brother felt hurt by the lack of family attendance at his graduation, and it's commendable that you want to support him. Your decision to have a more intimate graduation dinner with just your brother and dad is a thoughtful gesture, and it's important to prioritize your own feelings and comfort on your special day. Am I the antagonist for being annoyed at my fiancé for not making my sister a bridesmaid? I, 30-year-old male, have known my fiancé, 29-year-old female, we'll call her Amy, for 7 years and we got engaged 3 months ago. I also have a little sister, 9-year-old female, we'll call her Lily. Amy and Lily are very close, as Lily only has brothers and Amy is an only child. Amy promised Lily before we even got engaged that she could be a bridesmaid for our wedding. Lily has waist-length red hair which she is very proud of, and Amy loves it and frequently comments on how gorgeous it is and loves playing with it. The problem came up last week when I was at my parents' house without Amy one day, and Lily was talking to me and asking when Amy was officially going to ask her to be a bridesmaid, as she was really excited to go dress shopping. I said that it's none of my business as the groom, and she'd just have to wait and see, but I was really happy seeing how excited she was. I asked Amy later on when she was planning on asking Lily to be her bridesmaid, but she hesitated and then said she's not going to ask her, and that she's not going to be a bridesmaid. I was taken aback as she'd always expressed that she wanted Lily so be a part of our wedding party. For some background, we're planning on a spring wedding, and Amy is very keen on the trend where all the bridesmaids wear a different pastel color, which are all different but tie together nicely. I know that the bridal party is completely Amy's decision and not mine, but I asked her why not all of a sudden. She said that if Lily was a part of the bridal party, she would be wearing a pale pink dress, which would clash horribly with her vivid red hair, and she didn't want that on all the photos. I personally really don't think it would be that much of a problem, and I know Lily especially would love that dress as it's her favorite color. I asked if it was not possible for Lily to wear one of the other colors, and for one of the other bridesmaids to wear the light pink. She said she'd already decided what each of the girls were wearing based on what best suited them, and that it just wasn't possible for Lily to be a bridesmaid. I left it at that for the night as I didn't want to get in a fight over it then. I've so far stayed out of the way of all of the bridal party stuff as it's completely her choice, but I was shocked by this as Amy has already told Lily that she can be a bridesmaid. I brought it up again the next morning calmly, and asked her if there was no way she could still do it as she was so excited. Amy turned around and almost shouted in my face though and said she'd made her decision, and that was final, and Lily wasn't going to be a bridesmaid. I told Lily that it turns out that due to a couple of different reasons, she wasn't going to be able to be a bridesmaid, but didn't tell her the reason why, as I didn't want her to feel like it was her fault. She didn't make a big deal out of it and just said okay, but from what I've seen of her, and from what my parents have told me, she's really upset. It's clear that Amy's decision not to have Lily as a bridesmaid has caused some disappointment and hurt feelings, especially since Amy had previously promised Lily this role. While it's important to respect Amy's choices for her bridal party, it might be worth discussing with her the possibility of finding a compromise that could make both Lily and Amy happy on the big day. Lily's excitement and feelings should be taken into consideration, as it's a special moment for her too, and finding a solution that accommodates everyone's happiness could lead to a more harmonious wedding planning process. Am I the antagonist for telling my sibling they are weird for starting a new family at this stage? My younger brother Danny's wife left him after their youngest child moved out. They had been married for 25 years, since he was 20. She was the only woman he had ever been with. She had been part of our family for 30 years. They started dating when she was a freshman. I guess after 30 years she was ready for something new. She said that she was 44 and that she wanted to go enjoy her life before it was too late. That was 5 years ago. He is 50 now, and his new wife is 30, and they are expecting their first child. I hope it's their only child. He is happy to have a partner again, and he would do anything to keep her happy. I was happy for him when he started dating again. It got weird when he met and married a woman younger than my kids. And now they are having a child. They had a big gender reveal party, and it's going to be a boy. He is ecstatic. The family is happy for him. His 3 older children are happy for him. His ex is a little miffed, but that might be sour grapes as her enjoyment of life has run into the roadblock of funding it. She got no child support and lost out on spousal support when she remarried 2 years after the divorce. Danny asked me why I was acting weird. I told him that he is too old to be doing such a dumb thing, that he is 5 years from retirement, and that he will now have a baby that is the same age as his first grandchild. That he married a bridesmaid from his daughter's wedding was weird enough, but that to have a child at 50 was super strange. I guess he told his wife, and this has started a huge fight. She doesn't want me around if I'm going to be a judgmental person, her words. Most of my family told me I should keep those thoughts to myself. Even his daughter, whose friend he married, told me to butt out. I was only thinking of my brother and this new child. I talked to Danny again and apologized. I told him that I was only thinking about his future. He said that he is healthy, in great shape, physically and financially, and in love. He said that if I can't just be happy for him, it would be best if we didn't hang out so much in the future. So now I'm biting my tongue just so I don't get frozen out because pretty much everyone is on his side. It's definitely a unique situation, but ultimately it's your brother's life and his decisions to make. While it may seem unconventional, as long as he's happy and healthy, that's what truly matters in the end. Just try to be supportive and maybe keep the baby gift shopping list on standby. Am I the antagonist for not letting my spouse speak her mind to a doctor? Myself, 37-year-old male, and my wife, 35-year-old female, have a 15-month-old son. We have been conducting some tests at the hospital to check for a condition, and everything is being coordinated by the neuro-oncologist. She referred us to an orthopedist, who then requested a blood test, in addition to other blood tests that were being done as per the neuro-oncologist's instructions. When we mentioned the orthopedist's order for the blood test to the neuro-oncologist, she took the original and suggested that since they had to use my son's vein to sedate him for an MRI, they could also use it to draw the blood for the test requested by the orthopedist. So far, everything seemed to be going smoothly, except that the process of taking my son's vein was particularly difficult, as he was resisting, and it was hard for him, and for us as parents, to handle. Fast forward about a week, I called the neuro-oncologist to inquire about the test results to schedule an appointment with the orthopedist. She then informed me that she had lost the order and the test was not conducted. She also mentioned that I did not remind her about the test, to which I responded that it is not my responsibility to keep track of all the tests, assuming that she would manage everything efficiently. My wife overheard this conversation, which made her extremely angry, and she wanted to speak with the neuro-oncologist. However, I refused to let her take over the call because I was already handling it as I saw fit, and I felt that my wife's approach might escalate the situation rather than improve it. About a week later, we had a disagreement about this issue, as we not only had different opinions on how things were managed from our end, but also because my wife felt that I had betrayed her as a partner and co-parent. So, am I the a-hole for not allowing her to talk to the neuro-oncologist? If I am in the wrong and missing something, I am willing to apologize. However, at the moment, I fail to see where I went wrong. I appreciate everyone's perspectives on this matter. It sounds like there was a miscommunication between you and your wife regarding the management of your son's medical tests, leading to frustration on both sides. While it's understandable that you wanted to handle the situation as you saw fit, it's important to consider your wife's feelings and work together as a team, especially when it comes to your child's health. Open communication and mutual respect are key in navigating these challenging situations. Thanks for watching. When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. To finish listening to all the stories, check out the playlist in the description.